Hi there, Abhi Singh from Cisco Systems, and today in this video we're going to demonstrate InterCloud Fabric as a tool to manage hybrid cloud environments. We have currently logged in into the software as an administrator, and as you see here we are connected to a private cloud and a public cloud, and we are looking at both of them from one screen. If I navigate to the virtual machine view, we will be able to see all our VMs that are running in a private cloud or a vCenter environment or our public cloud on one screen. This gives our administrators a very quick way to check all the VMs that they have and where they are running, and provides a unified workload management across different clouds that can be public or private. We can connect to multiple public clouds using the single instance of the InterCloud Fabric. All the VMs that you see here are coming from the local vCenter. So if we go to the vCenter, you're going to see all those VMs also listed in the vCenter as well. And the same virtual machines are also appearing in InterCloud Fabric. Another thing that InterCloud Fabric ties in pretty well is the networking that is defined within the vCenter. So for example, if I navigate away from the VMs into the networking section of the vCenter, we will see port groups defined that further tie into specific VLANs and are connected to virtual machines. Within the InterCloud Fabric, we can access the networking constructs using our networking policies. For example, if I navigate to specific network policy, we will see that this network policy is calling a NIC alias called web that is further connected to a port group and pulling that information from the local vCenter, and we can also see which VLAN is connected to. So in this fashion, our InterCloud Fabric software is very well integrated with the local vCenter or the local private cloud environment and is defining policies based on that connection. It also takes this construct to a public cloud level where you can use the same policies into public and private clouds. So for example, the web and app networking policies are called by app categories. And these app categories can then be called and used both by the private cloud virtual machines as well as the public cloud virtual machines. So the network and the security that you have defined in your private cloud can now extend all the way into the public cloud. The way we do that is by superimposing the local subnets on top of the subnets that are assigned by the public cloud provider. So for example, you see here that within our vCenter environment, we have an IP subnet that starts with 198, while in the public cloud, we have an IP subnet that begins with either 52 or 54. But if I go and drill deeper into these virtual machines that are currently posted in the public cloud, we will see that for each provider IP, we have a one-on-one correlation with an enterprise IP, which happens to be from the same subnet that we are using on our private cloud. So for the virtual machines that are running in our private clouds, the VMs that are in public cloud look as if they are running on the same layer 2 segment as they are following the same layer 3 subnet or layer 3 IP addressing. Similar constructs can be applied to security as well. The same security policies that you define on your private clouds can be extended into the public cloud as well. In addition to managing hybrid cloud environments from one place and extending security and networking policies from private cloud to public cloud, another important function of the software is that it enables our IT organizations to provide agility and freedom to place workloads across heterogeneous clouds. As we mentioned before, you can connect to multiple public clouds from the same intercloud fabric and then place workloads in any of these clouds, and the security and networking policies that have been defined in the private cloud will be extended to these public clouds as well. IT administrators can also publish templates into the catalogs that will further be available to the users that are accessing these services. When you create a template, there's certain things that can help IT organizations to keep the workloads secure and follow the legal and compliance regulations. For example, for a specific workload, if it has to follow PCI or HIPAA compliance, or it has to be in a specific geographical domain, we can select a cloud provider that happens to fulfill those constraints. Now the template is going to be tied to that cloud provider. We can also specify the physical limitations of these virtual machines when they will be deployed in public cloud. And all this pre-work can be done by the IT organization. So when the users actually go in and leverage these services, they don't have to worry about it every time they deploy a new workload. Let's switch to a user view and see what a user sees. When a user goes into intercloud fabric, they also have a unified view into all the virtual resources that are deployed either in private cloud or the public cloud, depending on whether they have access to a specific VDC or virtual data center that is defined by the IT administrator. Just like the IT admin, they can also see the public IP defined by the cloud provider, as well as the enterprise IP that is associated to these VMs by the intercloud fabric. And all this happens automatically. The user does not have to go ahead and assign an enterprise IP for each VM that they deploy in cloud. It's all taken care of by intercloud fabric. The catalog that is posted by the IT admin is now accessible by the user. They can go in the templates and deploy these workloads in public clouds. As you see here, some of the options have been grayed out because these decisions have already been made by the IT organization based on the legal issues or that could crop up or following the PCI or HIPAA compliance, and or just selecting a specific public cloud for any other reason that they wanted to. And the user just goes through these windows and deploys the workloads where it is supposed to be deployed. And once it's deployed, they can go ahead and look at all of their virtual resources from one place. If an organization wants to adopt a process where users have to request a specific resource and it has to be approved, That construct is also available here. Also, for each service, users can go in and see what is the status of that request, whether it has failed or it has completed. So based on this, we see how the Intercloud Fabric can allow the IT organizations to follow a policy-based deployment and governance both in private as well as in public cloud environments. There's a lot more to the software, and this is just a high-level overview. So we encourage you to go in to cisco.com and learn more about the software. We'll end our demonstration here. Thank you for watching, and thank you for your time.